जब दुनिया को पता चलना चाहिए कि what you are doing, what you have done in that field, and for that purpose, if you are writing a paper, that paper goes to reviewers, and if new reviewers like 3 or 4 reviewers are there, if international reviewers or scientists are reviewing your paper, that means they are giving you the permission to publish your work. That means your work has been approved by them. If such a big personalities, legend scientists are approving your work, that means that your work is innovative one, and that means it has not been repeated by anybody in the world. So this is one good approval kind of thing, or one good like certificate for you that your work is good, and for that purpose it is essential. And if you are doing masters, or if you are doing a PhD, and if you are writing such kind of papers, then what is going to be understood is that you have done some good work. If suppose somebody has written 5 papers, and then those 5 papers are published in renowned international conference or journal proceedings, then what it means basically is that if the contents are not repeated, there is a copyright form. Do you know what is copyright form? You have not copied your material from some places and you have not pasted it in your paper. So for that purpose, reviewers and then your writing paper and get it reviewed and get it finalized. This is one like kind of a procedure, and let us take a look on this procedure, how to write this paper. Now this is the outline of today's presentation. First is general organization of a paper, how to organize a paper, like what should be the contents of this, then aspects of writing a paper, क्या क्या लिखना होता है, after that basic principles, then what should be the structure of a journal paper, and also I am going to show you IEEE template, like how to fill the material in that template. Then there are certain language issues, then how to present your results, and then how the results should be discussed in your paper, and lastly concluding remarks. There are certain do's and don'ts while writing a paper that I will make you aware of. Now the next is general organization of a paper. First thing comes out to be abstract, then introduction, then state of the art, or it is also called as a related work. After that comes is your system proposed, like क्या propose कर रहे हैं आप लोग, what is new in your work, and then after that if you had done certain simulations with programming language, or like your simulation tools, then simulation results, and then discussion or conclusions. And one more important line I have written over there, that is conclusions and future scope. Whenever we have done certain experimentation, at the end of that experimentation, the experimenter comes to know that what are the flaws in that. If I have implemented something, then I should be much aware of the things, that what are the limitations of my system. One person cannot bring all the advantages and good things into his or her research work. So at the end of that particular work, you come to know that my experiment is going to going to happen well, or going to be applied properly for this purpose. But there are certain issues, there are certain areas where you cannot apply your work. But this is the restriction, and then future scope is that catch that trade, and you can move further your work. Some other person can take that point further, and then they can start their work from there. Now don't change the slide. I will tell you how to write the abstract. Abstract is very much important thing from your technical paper. Now while writing abstract should be written in layman's language. Now we are technical persons, we are engineers, so we know certain technical things. Like if I am asking you what is wireless sensor network, or what is green energy, or whatever, what are conventional energy sources, or that kind of stuff, smart grid, etc., that you have a little bit idea about it, what it might be. But if I ask this question to any bus conductor, or driver, or that kind of people, then obviously they will not be aware of what is this. So basically my abstract should be written in such a words, that in such a way that those people will also easily be able to understand what you have done next in your paper. That means I am going to give you one good example regarding this. Now my research area was cooperative wireless communication. While before defending my PhD thesis, I was thinking how to start with my presentation. And then I was thinking about many possibilities, like I should take this example, I should take this, and then I should tell this. But at the last moment, I could recognize a text from one paper, and then I told the committee this example, and they were very happy for this. Now I am going to repeat this example once again. Now there was one party. There is one person, he is working in office and उसके office का party था. So शाम को with his office he goes to that party. He attends the party. His wife also for some time she can enjoy the party. But after 5-10 minutes, the man because everybody is known to him, he was moving around and he was talking with everybody. But after 5-10 minutes, the wife got bored because उसके वजह से तो वहाँ पे कोई ज़्यादा लोग नहीं थे. So after 5-10 minutes, he starts getting bored. And then after 15-20 minutes, she starts nothing because she could see her husband somewhere else, but she was not able to reach to her husband. Like she started wondering like, let's go home, and I got bored and this and that. After some time, 2-3 minutes, the people who were surrounding her, they started understanding that she got bored and she wanted to convey some message to her husband because she was continuously staring towards her husband. And then after 2-3 minutes, whatever she was saying, they people started repeating. Let's go home, let's go home, let's go home. And then what happened? If I'm saying this, then these people will repeat. Then last row will repeat. And then ultimately, where her husband is standing over there, and he could understand that now my wife wants to go home, and then he came to her, and then ultimately, cooperatively, like the message could reach her. This is nothing but a cooperative wireless communication now, basically. That means what? What are the advantages of this? There are many advantages. Coverage range has been increased. You have understood that. Coverage range का मतलब क्या? She was not able to reach to her husband. But since intermediate people have helped her, and that's why she could reach him. Then energy has been saved. उसको कोई ज़्यादा जोर से बोलने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी. उसका जो छोटी आवाज़ में बोल रही थी, उसी आवाज़ में she was talking, and then that message should reach her husband. Then another important thing is that there is high reliability in this message. There was no any error. जो उसने कहा वही का वही वहाँ पे पहुँच गया. Reliability मतलब क्या? Less bit error rate. वहाँ पे कोई error नहीं था, कोई interferences नहीं थे. So that's why that could reach properly to her husband. So this is nothing but kind of way to write your abstract. Now whatever you want to say, try to write it in a simple language. Technical paper writing का मतलब ये नहीं है कि you should go for highly technical words and highly difficult words. Not at all. जो कुछ आपको समझ में आता है, जो कुछ तुम्हें लगता है कि that I should write over there, write in that way. That is abstract. Abstract के बाद I have not written over here, but you are supposed to write keywords. Now keywords का मतलब क्या? If I am saying that cooperative wireless communication, इन लोगों को तो cooperative wireless communication समझ में नहीं आया है, but they have understood what it is. So cooperative wireless communication is nothing but your keyword. Suppose for example green energy. Green energy तो उनको समझ में नहीं आएगा, लेकिन what is green energy वो अगर समझ में आता है तो green energy is the keyword for that explanation. So likewise your Internet of Things, your conventional energy sources or whatever, these kind of words are called as a keywords that you are supposed to write after your abstract is over there. After that comes introduction. Now introduction is nothing but जो कुछ title आपको लिख रहे हो उसका introduction, उस field का introduction. Introduction should be started with the history of that particular subject. If, for example, I am saying that wireless sensor network. Now, where wireless sensor networks are initiated and what is the journey of that means from history you should come to recent work. This is nothing but introduction. Like क्या क्या हुआ the wireless sensor network में, किस चीज़ के लिए apply किया, and then come to your topic. Are you getting me? Wireless sensor network में शुरू से क्या क्या हुआ, तुम्हारे फील्ड में क्या क्या हुआ, and what you are going to do in your research work that you are going to do in that introduction. This state of the art. The word state of the art is very much fascinating, and people are getting very much afraid of it. What it means basically. Many people used to ask me, and they used to always write it in the wrong way. State of art or somebody write it in different words and these things. State of the art का मतलब है कि what is the state of your research topic presently. उसमें क्या क्या हुआ है? If I have chosen a topic that is energy efficiency for wireless sensor network, तो prior to me thousands of researchers might have contributed to that particular topic. So it is my duty to take a look on that कि वो लोगों ने क्या करके रखा है. And that too, state of the art should start with recent 3 years के papers. See, try to get the difference in between introduction and state of the art. Introduction starts with history. History का मतलब wireless sensor network अगर 1970s में introduce हुआ है तो I should start with 1970s and then I should reach till 2014 what has happened. and how I have reached to my conclusion. And then after that it is nothing but related work. Related work मतलब आपने जो टाइटल लिया है उसमें क्या क्या काम किया है, and that should be of recent 3 years. Like 11, 12, 13 ले लो आप लोग, या 12, 13, 14 ले लो कि उसमें जो कुछ काम हुआ है that you are going to see, especially in terms of energy efficiency. For example, what they people have done. You know, one thing is that the wireless sensor network will be your main topic. Then what you are going to do is 10-15 paper ले लो उसी topic के ऊपर. Now after reading the papers, I am not going to tell you that read whole papers. It is not at all possible for me also or any senior researcher over there. Why? Because कोई अगर इतना डीप काम करेगा 3-4 साल के लिए तो that will be hardly possible for anybody to understand it. So basically out of these 10-15 papers, you people are supposed to read only abstract and conclusion. Abstract will tell you what this person is doing, and conclusion will tell you what results he has achieved. Conclusion also contains a word as a future scope that will give you the further guideline for your work. So that's why read only these two things. If you feel these two parts interesting, then go into the details of that paper. Otherwise there is no need to go into details of that paper. So try to understand. आप लोग really research में जाओगे तो then you have to go into mathematical stuff and then results, and that is the further part. At your undergraduate level, that is not at all expected at this stage, these particular things. And तुम्हारा state of the art or related work, it should if you can prepare a table for this. टेबल का मेरा मतलब है योर पेपर्स. पेपर कितना लिया तुमने फॉर एग्जांपल 10 पेपर्स यू हैव टेकन अप. नाउ 10 पेपर में से फर्स्ट तुम्हारा कॉलम ले लो टेबल में कि दिस इज पेपर नंबर. सो राइट द पेपर नंबर लाइक 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 व्हाटएवर. देन स्टार्ट विद पैरामीटर्स. एक पेपर लिया तुमने फर्स्ट, उससे तुमको समझ में आएगा कि व्हाट पैरामीटर दैट पर्सन हैज टेकन इनटू अकाउंट. हो सकता है कि किसी ने एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी लिया है. Might be somebody has considered security, somebody has considered reliability, somebody has taken some DSP aspect over there, somebody has applied some SCT का idea over there. So you can जैसे नया पैरामीटर आएगा add new column to your table and write it over there. हो सकता है किसी को 50% एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी मिले, हो सकता है किसी को 75% मिले, हो सकता है किसी को 10% मिले. Then you need to write it over there. You know, at the end of 10 papers, you will come to know that all the columns are not filled. There are many columns, many places which are blank. Why those are blank? Because every person cannot give attention to all the aspects of that field. So every person can give attention to only 3 or 4 parameters over there. So जो कुछ बाकी बचता है उसमें तुम लोग देखो, and then you will come to know that these are the blanks where I can give proper attention and I can start my work over there. Are you getting how to prepare a table? Okay, table अगर मैं prepare कर पाता तो that is very good thing. I would like to share with you people is that when I started my research, then my supervisor told me first to prepare this table. When I prepared a table initially, I was habitual of writing on paper. When I started writing on paper, it was this much big paper because 15 papers and then many columns were getting added, and initially I was tending to write whole sentences. इसने क्या किया, उसने क्या किया, and that was too much big. But when I revisited my table again next day, then I understood that इतना बड़ा sentences लिखने की कोई जरूरत नहीं. Instead of that, I can compress it. And then after 1 week, I was able to consolidate it properly, and then it was written properly. So this is a journey. Within a first attempt, don't expect from yourself that you will be able to do everything in very well organized manner. This is not the case. Now the next is proposed system. Proposed system का मतलब है you people will ask me that what to propose. Proposed thing is nothing but what innovation you are thinking in that field. And again one more question can come कि we are undergraduate students and we are not master students, and how we can see innovation in that. I would like to tell you one thing is that if, for example, I am telling you is that one mechanical engineer is present over here, that mechanical engineer can think with different angle. They will think about conventional energy sources or green aspects. They will think about machines and then other aspects of the things required. ENTC engineers are sitting over here. They will think the same problem with different angle. If computer engineer is present over here, he will see to it how to implement it, what programming language I should use for this. So any research problem is a multidisciplinary aspect. Don't think that this is the subject and this is the ENTC subject and I should not give more attention to this. Don't think that this is mechanical subject and this is of no use for me. अगर आप लोग मास्टर करने जाओ, PhD करने जाओ, तो this is multidisciplinary kind of thing. No, not a single person in world is able to perform every activity alone. तुम्हारा cell phone भी है तो उसको manufacture करने के लिए there are many engineers, many researchers from different fields they are working together. And all of these researchers are kept together and combined and then the mobile phone has taken birth. So do understand it very well. So proposed system में if I say that conventional energy sources, this is from mechanical suppose and then wireless sensor network, this is for ENTC. Now wireless sensor network, wireless is the term which is applicable to every branch. I would like to tell you. It is applicable to ENTC, it is applicable to computer, it is applicable to IT, it is similarly applicable to mechanical engineers also. Okay, if I say that wireless sensor network and then conventional energy sources, what I would like to tell you people is that if I give you a problem statement that is wireless sensor node, one node has been manufactured and that node presently has a battery which can retain for 5 years for example. What I want to do in that, I want to extend the battery life of that sensor. That means what I need to do is basically 5 साल है उसका अभी. See, sensor network का battery is nothing but the lifetime of that sensor. Do try to understand. Battery खत्म तो उसका life खत्म. Then you have to replace the sensor. So basically, I want to increase the lifetime of that sensor. Then who are going to give proper attention over there? Mechanical engineers will see towards the hardware. ENTC engineer will see towards the microcontroller and whatever parts they are manufactured over there. You want to reduce those parts. Memory part is present over there, some computing power is needed over there. So computer engineer will think on this, how to compress the algorithm and how I can fit it within a small space. So this is how you should think about it. If you are able to combine two fields together or two innovations together, then that is the birth of your next innovation. Do try to understand. If something has done by somebody and if you are doing or implementing something new into that or you are thinking some new advantage in that. If power consumption for previous system was 10 watts, if I have done something, added something into my circuitry in such a way that the power consumption has reduced from 10 watts to 2 watts, and that is also innovation. Do try to understand this thing. So that way you should think. This is not all the way कि एक ही झटके में तुमको सब कुछ आ जाएगा. So that is not the way. You should discuss in groups and then you may come up with different ideas. Then simulation results. To get the simulation results, initially you need to do the simulations. Now simulations you can do on different platforms like MATLAB हो सकता है, then network simulator computer IT वालों को पता हो सकता है, CAD/CAM है mechanical वाले लोग यूज करते हैं, या there are many software platforms available over there. There are two kinds of ways by which you can get the results. One is analytical results. Analytical result is nothing but if there are certain mathematical part in your work, then वो mathematical part को आप लोग program करो. For example, MATLAB में इसको program करो, vary some values and try to get the results. So these are your analytical results. But if somebody is creating a scenario of whole network with the help of your some kind of scenario, suppose wireless sensor network का एक scenario बना लिया, then उसको कुछ input दे दिया, and somebody is studying that what kind of energy has been consumed over there, what kind of delay is present, and what is the throughput. If I had transmitted 100 packets, then really 100 packets are able to reach to destination. उसमें से कितने drop हो गए? So that is also one kind of study. So उसका जो कुछ result आएगा तुम्हारा, that you need to plot on a graph. It may be MATLAB, it may be Excel, it may be any worksheet, and then that is called as your simulation results. Now after that it is simulation result. आप लोग ग्राफ दिखाओगे तो वही पे बात खत्म नहीं होनी चाहिए. क्या रिजल्ट मिला है तुमको, what it indicates basically, that you should describe after that graph. क्योंकि किसी को कुछ पता नहीं होता. That experiment has been performed by you. You are the person who knows details of that experiment. But it doesn't mean that other person will understand what is going on in your mind. That you need to explain over there. This figure is for this, and then this parameter is varied this way, and then I got these results, and this is applicable to this application, and this cannot be applied to this kind of situation. This should also be, predicted by you. After that, conclusions and future scope. Conclusions. How to conclude? Suppose initially writing my abstract or introduction, I might have said that the mass system is going to give me energy efficiency and security. But after experimentation, I come to know that I could gain energy efficiency, but the security I couldn't achieve that much. But whatever security I have achieved, this is applicable only for small networks. This cannot be applied for large networks. Then that thing I should write down especially in my conclusions. If whatever I have implemented, this is good for this system, but this is not applicable to this system. So that whatever not applicable over there, next researcher or next person can give a highlight that particular line. Yeah, I can think on this and I can make this system applicable to big networks also. This is nothing but the kind of research. After that, it is references. This is my general idea how to write the paper and references and this thing. This was general discussion and let us go step by step now. Next slide please. This is aspects of writing a paper. What should be the contents, then what should be the language, and then next is nothing but figures and tables. Then there is certain literature. Then where to submit the paper, choosing a conference or a journal. Then first draft of your paper. I remember the first draft of my paper. I have written a paper of four pages, I remember, and I gave it to a mentor. a mentor kind of thing is available. जैसे तुम लोगों के लिए टीचर्स होते हैं, वहाँ पे वैसे mentor लोग रहते हैं. 4-5 लोग एक पर्सन के अंडर काम करेंगे. So likewise. मेंटर को पेपर दिया तो नेक्स्ट डे टुमारो मॉर्निंग उसने क्या किया कि वो मुझे वापस कर दिया ड्राफ्ट. And when I saw that draft, I was confused because every sentence was highlighted and underlined, and these words should be changed, and this is this, and you haven't written references, and you have not done this properly, and I have kept it in my study material up till now, because that always keeps me to the ground level. Because we are ordinary persons, we don't have that kind of exposure over here in our Indian education culture. But that doesn't mean that you cannot improve yourself. And then I got frustrated, like basically for half an hour or so. I thought that I will not be able to do it anymore further. But then I come to know that. Then I started reading it once again. Like क्या क्या लिखा है? What are the improvements? Then I could understand that I was wrong. Because the sentence says, what happens is if you have done something, then you think that this is very important. Then we people used to repeat that sentence again and again. तुम लोग एब्स्ट्रैक्ट में लिखोगे वही सेंटेंस, वही इंट्रोडक्शन में लिखोगे, वही तुम लोग रिलेटेड वर्क्स में लिखोगे, वही कंक्लूजन्स में लिखोगे, बट दैट इज नॉट एट ऑल नेसेसरी. तुम्हारे तरीके से वो इम्पोर्टेंट है, बट इट डजंट मीन दैट यू आर द पर्सन हु इज गोइंग टू रीड इट. तुम लिखने वाले हो, बट इट शुड बी अंडरस्टूड बाय द रीडर आल्सो. So for that purpose, although we are tempted to repeat some things, but we should not repeat those things. And then I learned it slowly how to improve and then how to write the paper. That we are going to discuss here, and then submitting your draft to someone who is mentor for you. I'd like to tell you people is that आप लोगों के लिए mentor बहुत सारे लोग हैं. There are many teachers, many staff members in our college who are doing their researches. Many students who are good enough in writing the things or scientific writing. You can show them. If you don't have confidence with that person, then go to your teacher. You can judge at this moment that who is the person who can really help me in honest way. So go to that person and request that I want to get a review from you. Nobody will deny you. Okay, it might happen that instead of 2 days, that person may take 3 days because there are certain priorities. But one day will come that he or she will give you suggestions, and then you can improve accordingly, and you can make your final draft. Next slide. Yes, first important thing, certain points are not taken out. Almost 16 points are there. I think that we should always remember while writing a paper. Know your audience and write for that specific audience. See, if I have been invited by a medical council to write a paper for them, for their conference, then what kind of precautions I should take, that is different. If I have been asked by engineering community, that is electronics engineering community, to write a paper, then I should write my paper according to that kind of thing. If I have been asked by a mechanical person to write a paper for their conference, then I should take into account certain mechanical aspects over it. Do try to understand this thing very clearly. So this is very important kind of thing. Then these things you can read over here, whatever is written over there. Then instructions for authors are always written over there. If there is, if you are going to submit a paper to particular conference, then there is always one column is written over there. Instructions for authors. So authors ने क्या क्या precautions लेना है, they people have written over there. Your paper should be of 5 pages only. It should have 10 point of font and Times New Roman and that and that kind of stuff. Whether it should be 2-column format or 1 column, that will be written over there. You don't worry regarding that. This is the next part of your paper. Then the next thing is your supervisor or professor is not here to teach you basic grammar and spelling. This is very important thing, you know. Because I have committed this mistake, I want my students to not repeat this mistake again. Are you getting me? If I am doing certain kind of grammatical, spelling mistakes, because European people are very much straightforward. I will take care of my students that they should not get hurted, but they people will not take care of this thing if somebody is getting hurted because of their comments. So you should take care of this thing. Read your own paper twice or thrice and make sure that it doesn't contain any grammatical or any spelling mistakes over there. Okay? So you are engineering students, so you can do that. And do not turn in the first draft. Turn का मतलब क्या है कि do not give up in the first step itself. Because when what happens later, it is a natural human tendency that whenever somebody tells you certain corrections in your thing, then naturally first reaction comes to our minds is that अरे जैसा है वैसा accept कर लो please. I'm not going to do any more changes in this. I'm not willing to do this. Why? This is first reaction, but later on you will come to know that कि उसमें improvement really possible है. That's why that person has told you to do that thing, and that is very much essential. If you people are not going to do that kind of improvements or modifications, then your paper will not at all be accepted. So do this thing, because these are certain protocols. You should follow them. Otherwise, your paper will be not of that quality level. So for that purpose, it is essential to do improvements. And good writing is rewriting. वहाँ पे लिखा है. Rewriting का मेरा मतलब है कि तुम्हारा एक सेंटेंस तुमको अगर लगता है कि आज मुझे लगेगा कि this sentence is very good, fantastic, I have done very good job. But tomorrow you might think that you were foolish. This is not the way to do. Next day after tomorrow you might think something else again. So 8 दिन तक वही review करते रहो, and then after 1 week your own draft will be very good. Because खुद से ज़्यादा कोई खुद को अच्छी तरह से जज नहीं कर सकता है. Do always remember this. Then get and use style books. Now what do I mean by style books is that if you are going to submit your paper to IEEE conference, then they people have uploaded one IEEE का template over there, paper का template. How it is expected from you, in which fashion you should write the paper. If you are submitting your paper to Springer, then उनका खुद का format रहता है. If you are submitting your paper to somewhere else like security का अगर कोई journal है, तो then their format is different one. IEEE transaction को paper submit करो तो their format is different. तो make use of these style books. They are going to really guide you. तुमको simply क्या करना है? Can you minimize this and can you offer that IEEE template over there? कितना minimize करें? आने खाली open. In which way they are going to accept it? This is the standard way to write your paper. First is nothing but your paper title. तो वहाँ पे लिखा है उन लोगों ने कैसा लिखना चाहिए. So I will copy my title from there and I will paste it here. I'm done with. After that there is author's name. First ही paper लिखने को शुरू करोगे तो start with that template. It is not all the way necessary. तुम लोग खुद तुम्हारे लैंग्वेज में लिखो, तुम्हारे स्टाइल में लिखो, कोई भी वर्ड फाइल ले लो उसमें लिखो, कोई लैटेक्स में लिखना चाहिए उसमें लिखो. लेकिन लास्ट पॉइंट एट द लास्ट मोमेंट यू आर सपोज टू कॉपी योर कंटेंट फ्रॉम हमारा मटेरियल यहाँ पे लाओ, वहाँ पे पेस्ट करो एंड जस्ट चेक. तुम लोगों ने एक पैराग्राफ डिलीट करके रखा है तो वो वेदर इट मैचेस विद योर टेक्स्ट और नॉट. सो अगर नहीं होता है तो देन यू कैन अगेन क्या हो सकता है कि तुम्हारा 12 पॉइंट का फॉन्ट है and here IEEE template contains 8 point वाला font. Then what is going to happen is some of the matter which you have copied from your paper, it might appear over here as a 12 point of font. It will not happen basically even below your figure. This is the protocol you should always remember. Don't do the mistakes of exchanging these kind of things. So this is the standard protocol. And then references. Again references are written in such a way that square bracket है उसमें 1 लिखा है. And then it is written that the author's name is there, then paper का title is there, then where it is published, that is written over there, then like कौन सी year में publish हुआ, then what are the page number of that particular publication, that is written over there. So this is how every publication has their own templates. Like Springer है, IEEE है, then IEEE transactions है, there are many DTT है, European transactions and कंडीशन. So there are many paper, मैकेनिकल के भी बहुत सारे पेपर रहेंगे, सिविल वाले हैं तो उनका स्ट्रक्चरल इंजीनियरिंग का डिफरेंट जर्नल होता है. So they have their own templates. Copy their templates. गूगल का दोस्त बना लो. गूगल में हर कोई चीज़ मिलती है. If you type it, this template from this journal, you will get it. Download it, make use of it, and then you are done with it. Go to presentation. And then acknowledgement. Acknowledgement कब देना है, किसको देना है? If really you are working in a engineering institute now, you are studying over here, you are doing certain experimentation, for example, and your college, if they have sponsored you for this case, and they need an acknowledgement. Srinagar Institute of Technology has done this, and I am really thankful to you. Authors are really thankful to them. Another protocol I would like to tell you, especially is that ये भी बोलते याद आएगा. Never write in your paper that I have done this. It is not all the way. This is not standard language. See, your name is there, your supervisor's or your guide's name is there, or your friends' names are there. Then always you should write these in terms of the author would like to thank these people, or according to author's opinion, this is the way. So this is the technical way to write your paper. ये चीजें हम लोग पेपर में कभी नहीं लिखना है. That is not at all acceptable. Okay, so it should be written in this way. Author wants to say this. Authors are thankful to read this, or whatever kind of things you want to mention over there. Avoid abusing word forms. There are different kind of things, different kind of ways to express your thoughts. See, there are many different types of communities or people or students are present over here. You can judge yourself. If I am agreeing on somebody and if somebody asks me to write about that person, then I am going to take revenge by writing about that person. Like he is so and so, she is so and so, and that way. Or some people are very much habitual of writing these kind of language. They are rough in speaking. They are also rough in writing also. So don't do that. You should be smooth enough while writing also. वहाँ पे example दिया है. The low rate of encounters was a reflection of population density reductions. So you can observe now both the sentences parallelly, and then you will understand the meaning of this. Then instead of that, the low rate of encounters reflects a reduced population density. So which sentence you feel is good? Second. Why? Because वो पढ़ने के बाद कोई बुरा नहीं लगता है. Because it has created some impact on your society, good impact. Because the rate has been reduced. But that should be revealed from your thing. So that way you should write your papers. Then do not use more words where fewer will do. ज़्यादा बड़े words लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. जहाँ पे आप लोग छोटे words के साथ काम चला सकते हो. For example, utilization. If use word I can write over there, but you go for utilization. हम लोग क्या करते हैं पता है क्या? Research community always used to follow one kind of thing. Like word में तुमको पता है synonyms रहता है. वहाँ पे जाएंगे, use पे क्लिक करेंगे, right click पे और synonyms देखेंगे. Utilization आ गया तो उसको वहाँ पे put कर देंगे. वो हो गया उनका खुद का word. So this should not happen. जो तुमको अच्छा लगता है, जो तुमको अपील करता है, write the things over there in your paper. Then in order to versus to. टू लिखने के बजाय राइट इन ऑर्डर. सो दैट वे जो तुमको सोचता है उस टाइम पे आता है, दैट यू आर सपोज्ड टू राइट ओवर देयर. एंड डू नॉट मेक यूज ऑफ एनी स्पेशल वर्ड्स. इट इज नॉट ऑल द वे नेसेसरी. ज़्यादा बड़े टेक्निकल वर्ड्स लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. इफ यू पीपल रिमेंबर 3 idiots पिक्चर, देन यू विल अंडरस्टैंड. याद है ना तुमको डेफिनेशन ऑफ समथिंग, लाइक एंड हाउ टू मेक इट सिंपल. सो दिस इज वेरी गुड एग्जांपल. Actually bring it to your practical life. Use an outline to organize your ideas and writing. Outline is very much essential. When I have started my presentation, first slide was like title, and then second slide was always it should be the outline of what you are going to do. If suppose I am writing a book on 5G, it is not going to happen that directly I should start with spectrum sensing or cognitive radio or this kind of stuff. Initially, I need to plan the things. First chapter में क्या होना चाहिए? What should be the sub points? What should be the title? And then what should be the second chapter? And then how it should be organized? That way, your paper is should also be organized in proper way. उसको भी प्लानिंग की जरूरत है. आप लोग उसका प्लानिंग करो. एब्स्ट्रैक्ट में क्या क्या लिखना जरूरी है? The introduction will contain these things. Then related works with these papers I am going to accommodate, and then table will contain these parameters and this thing. Like लिखने की भी जरूरत नहीं. अगर तुम्हारे माइंड में बैकग्राउंड में कहीं चलता रहता है कि this I need to do this way, that way, then that is also fine. कागज पे लाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं. Previous slide please. Separate out the three tasks of figuring out what you want to say, then planning the order and logic of your arguments. Planning बहुत जरूरी है. मैं हर वक्त बोलती हूँ तुमको, तुम्हारा एग्जाम है. If 10 days are there and 5 papers you are going to give them, naturally you need to plan your 10 days for your 5 papers. It doesn't mean कि directly तुम superficially 10 divided by 5 is equal to 2. 2 days हर एक पेपर को देंगे. हो सकता है कि तुम्हारा I1 kind of subject है तो उसको 2 दिन देने की कोई जरूरत नहीं. So within 1 day you can finish the study of that subject, and that 1 day you can utilize for the difficult most subject over there. So this is kind of planning that you can apply over here. And crafting the exact language in which you will express your ideas. This is not the issue for us because India में English is the accepted language. But if you go for European countries or abroad, then they have their own languages. Like Denmark में जाओ तो Danish है, Spain में जाओ तो Spanish है. Like तो और कई कंट्री में इटली में जाओ तो Italian में लिखना पड़ता है. They people have manufactured their laptops in such a way that they can take education in Italian language. That's why they are writing initially the paper in Italian language, and then they used to convert it into English. Or Japanese, Chinese, they are very strict people. They are making use of their own languages, and then they used to convert these kind of things. So you have to decide it firstly. Next is think about the structure of paragraphs. If I am writing in one paragraph and the first sentence if I am writing from my paragraph is like wireless sensor network contains this, and I should not jump from that sentence to directly this person has done this experimentation and he has got these results. So this is not the proper flow. There should be in your mind कि first paragraph में क्या आना चाहिए, second paragraph में क्या आना चाहिए, and that should be flow should अभी you first. तुमको खुद को समझ में आना चाहिए कि whether my flow is correct or not. Okay, so that is very much essential. Next slide please. Pay attention to tenses. This is very important. See, if I have done experiment 1 year ago and now I am writing paper on that, so I should write it in past tense only. We worked on this, we got this results, and it revealed this way, whatever. And it should not happen that way कि मैंने 1 साल पहले किया है and I am writing it in present tense. This should not be the way. Okay? If you are doing it presently, you are working on something and you are getting some results, then it seems to be like this. Then you can go come into present tense and you can write that way. This is very much important. Okay, next slide. Sorry, this slide please. Last bullet जो है, be careful in using might, may and would as in these might indicate that. Might का मतलब होता है कि the author himself or herself is not sure about this. If you have worked on this, if you have done experimentation on that particular kind of thing, you should be very much sure about that. So you should not make use of may, might and would and that kind of stuff. Experiment was performed. It gave me this results. It reveals from those results that this is the situation and that what can be done next. Then next is caption should not merely name a table or figure. They should explain how to read it. I would like to tell you an example of this. That many people used to draw the figures. They put it into their text, but they never give name to their figure. They never give number to their figure. They never express that figure, or they never reflect that figure into their text. सिर्फ figure draw करने से काम नहीं चलता है. What that figure indicates that you should write in your text. Try to understand this thing. सिर्फ तुम्हारा result आया है, some graph you are getting, and that you understand what that graph indicates, but it doesn't mean that your reader understands it well. So graph को भी तुमको figure number देना पड़ता है. Graph is plotted in between what parameters that you should write over there. And suppose, for example, figure number 10, graph in between time and like amplitude or whatever kind of thing. So that you need to explain in your text. Figure 10, the graph shown in figure number 10 indicates this. These are the results from this, and I got 10% of rise or whatever kind of thing you can write over there. And captions may always the name should be given below figure, and table ka name should be given. Caption for table should be given at the top of your table that I have already told you. Next slide please. Now the next slide is when citing the reference, focus on the ideas, not the authors. This is very important point over here. See, if I am working on Shannon's theorem, Shannon's पता है ना सबको? If I am working on a Shannon's theorem और सबको न्यूटन पता है, चलो न्यूटन का नाम ले लेते हैं. If I am working on Newton's idea और E equal to mc square पता है ना तुमको? That equation is well known to everybody. If I have done certain modification to that equation and then I have got certain results, then it doesn't mean that कि मुझे cite करने के लिए सिर्फ न्यूटन की पेपर चाहिए. If I have done my work based on Newton's work, it doesn't mean that कि my further citation should contain only Newton's papers. Understand it well. It might happen that prior to you, many people might have worked on that. They might have got different results. You should take care of those also. And then only you will be able to compare all the results and how you are best out of this. That you can tell or you can explain over there. So this is very much essential. Author से मत देखो, उसके content से आप लोग reference को cite करें. Next. Show us, don't tell us. Basically, what happens is that many people are tempted to write in their papers, we got this results and we got this advantage and we got this and that. Nobody is going to keep faith on you until you are not showing any results to them, valid results to them basically. Put your result and then show that, then prove that I have done this and then I am doing this. Prove करने से पहले कोई nobody will faith on you that you are the best. Okay, so for that purpose you have to prove it firstly. Next. Write about your results, not your tables, figures and statistics. Result. If somebody is saying that your title is simulation results, and under simulation results I am plotting certain graphs, and if I am writing about state of the art or about some previous table or something like that, it is not going to help you at all, because you are distracting yourself from that section to previous section. So जहाँ हो वहीं के अंदर लिखने की कोशिश करो. If you are writing under simulation results, your every sentence should be related to that only. It should not divert you from that section to another section. This is very much important. Now the next thing is develop a strategy for your discussion. Discussion का मतलब है simulation results का discussion. You might have come across some papers where they are saying that there is a discussion. So discussion का मतलब है the results are discussed. Discuss करते वक्त we take care of everything. We take care of pros, we take care of cons, like advantages, disadvantages, उसका benefits, whatever. उसका पूरा history ये सब कुछ हम लोग उसमें discuss करेंगे. So I have designed this. It gave me these advantages. It gave me this limitations. This can be according to this. This can be applied to this situation. And due to if we take a look on limitations, then we cannot apply this system to this network or something that kind of stuff. The next is break up large projects into small pieces and work on the pieces. If I have chosen one title for my PhD and if I am working 4 years on that and I got different results, almost 20 graphs I am getting, it doesn't mean that I should accommodate all the graphs in a single paper. If I have split my work into 4 parts and if I am getting a first result, it is my duty to publish it at that moment only. Because if I am not publishing right now, then what is going to happen? You are not alone working on that field. There are many people who are working over there, and it might happen that your work can coincide with other person's work. And it might happen that that person ahead of you can publish the work. Then your work is of no use. So for that purpose, जो result आता है वो तुरंत आप लोग publish करोगे. So this is very much essential. Next thing is types of title that can be used for scientific papers. Now whatever rate यहाँ पे लिखा है वो सब कुछ पढ़ो आप. There are the titles, different titles are written over there. First is the effectiveness of bad nets in controlling mosquitoes at different seasons of the year. Then next is written as bad nets control mosquitoes most effectively when used in the rainy season. Here, when are bad nets most effective when used to control mosquitoes? And then this is written as the effect of bad nets on mosquitoes, their effectiveness when used in the rainy season. So there are many ways you can write down the title. Which fascinates you most? कौन सा अच्छा लगता है? कौन सा ज़्यादा appealing है? और कौन सा ज़्यादा standard लगता है? Choose that title for your paper. So this is very much essential. It is not all the way necessary that कि अगर तुम्हारा title ही अच्छा नहीं है, interesting नहीं है, तो nobody will go into your papers basically. You are writing papers on wireless as a network, and if you are giving some other title, it is of no use. So it should make sense. Now the next is the scientific paper and abstract. Abstract में मैंने आपको बोल दिया है कि it should be what are the objectives at that time. How the study was done. What you have done. कौन सा experiment किया. Then what results were obtained. It should be according to that, but then also it should be written in very simple way. Then and the significance of the reason. उसका significance क्या है? जैसे cooperative communication में मुझे energy efficiency मिला, coverage extension मिला, whatever kind of stuff. It should be revealed in a single example over there. And abstract should be written in very small way. It should not exceed 8 or 10 lines, not more than that. That two column wala kind of stuff. Then the introduction. Why this study of scientific interest and what is your objective? Then this section discusses the results and conclusions of previously published studies, and then you can reach to your current study. Like जैसे मैंने बोला history से लेके आज तक पहुँच जाओ. Like superficially, this is introduction. Next slide please. Then there are certain dictionaries of which you can take the help of. If I am writing paper in India, then there are different words spelled differently in European language and in our dictionary. So we are following this dictionary, that is Random House Dictionary, that is AE, or we are following, I think, Oxford Dictionary. This AE dictionary is a different one. So you might have observed the difference in between writing the spellings of color. COLOR लिखते हैं कहीं. Sometimes it is written as COLOUR. So these are differences. You might be coming across these kind of words. So तुरंत आपको red underlining आ जाता है. Then you can change accordingly whatever spelling you are getting. Then next is typesetting. See, there are different ways. If you are going to make use of Microsoft Word, then advantage you are going to get. What you see is what you get. जो तुमको दिखेगा वही तुमको समझ में आएगा. Now try to understand the meaning of this. I have written it differently. And if you are going to make use of latex, then what you see is what you mean. Basically, we are interested in what I mean. That should be conveyed to my audience, to my lecture reader. So basically, latex is very good language, but it doesn't mean that if latex नहीं आता है, तो don't go forcefully to latex. But जिनको आता है, that is good advantage for them. Latex में you can interactively write the paper or scientific writing is very easy with latex. That too with standard ways. So अगर पढ़ने का chance मिलता है सीखने का तो always go for that. But if you are not able to do that, then go with Microsoft Word, make your figures with PowerPoint and Paint, and there are many options available over there. Then some recent topics for your paper presentation. I have tried to list some of the topics. Although I was not able to incorporate everything into this, but I have tried to write out. There are two. First is Internet of Things, then Vehicular Ad-hoc Networks, then there are smart grids, then wireless sensor network used by these network entities. So this is one issue. The next is Vehicular Ad-hoc Networks. Now we see that on our expressway, Mumbai-Pune expressway, there are thousands of vehicles which are running every day. But whenever certain natural calamity comes or certain accident happens, then we know that our traffic is getting jammed for 4 hours, 5 hours or more than that. If all the vehicles are interconnected with each other, then what is going to happen is further wala vehicle will give information to others. Don't come by this way, this is the problem with this, and then they can change the routes, and this should happen automatically. जो sensors vehicles में लगे होंगे, they will themselves communicate with others. उनके कवरेज एरिया में जो कुछ vehicles आएंगे उनको information दी जाएगी, and accordingly the traffic jamming and other problems can be solved over there. The smart grids, our electricity kind of things, MSCB, how it works, that everybody is well aware of this. आप लोग electricity use भी ना करो तो भी you are supposed to pay certain bill at the end of the month. If I am not using electricity, why should I pay for this? And for that purpose, smart grid is coming into the area. What smart grid is going to do is it will automatically sense whether you are present in your home or not. If you are not present, your electricity will be routed to somewhere else. So this is how your smart grids are going to work. And whatever amount you have used electricity, only for that amount you are going to pay. not for like rental or that kind of stuff will be present over here. Then wireless system network is known to everybody. I believe cloud computing is also known to base stations are built in every city and rural areas and like this. You should be aware of the fact that those base stations nowadays also are operated manually. हर एक बेस स्टेशन को 200 liters approximately diesel लगता है, consume करता है per day. If thousands of such base stations are present over there in Maharashtra itself, then what is going to happen? How much diesel we are consuming per day? Instead of that, if we can make that functionality software defined, then it is going to save our energy. It is going to save manual, kind of things. It is also going to make your system more reliable because if manual intervention is there, then there is possibility of error. If you have done everything automated and programmed, then there will not be any errors in your system. Then visible light communication. Up till now, whatever spectrum bands are available to us, those are not sufficient for light communication because every day there is many appliances are coming into market, and for that purpose, if I want to have a cell phone, if I want to get internet connectivity over there, then I will need certain frequency band for this. But your frequency bands are fixed, they are not going to increase. Although mobile communication, mobile computing appliances are increasing day by day. So for that purpose, we need to take care of these things, how to deal with these kind of situations. So for that purpose, visible light का जो spectrum होता है, that we can make use for a communication also. So many people are working on this. Then augmented reality. Augmented reality is nothing but machine-to-machine communication. Although we have made large amount of progress in wireless communication, then also nowadays also we are doing many operations manually. If I have a cell phone, I have to operate it manually. If I have a laptop, I have to program it manually. If I have washing machine at my home, then I have to program it manually. If I have refrigerator, उसको तो कोई automation उसमें है नहीं. Rest of the things, whatever appliances or gadgets I am going to have, all those should be operated by me according to initially I need to think on my brains, and then according to the actions that will take place by my hands, and then they will be operated. Instead of that, if I suppose for example if I wear a goggle and वो goggle को अगर कोई sensor मैंने लगा के रखा है तो that sensor will sense whatever is happening in my mind, what activity I want to do next. Then if it can sense and it can give accordingly the instructions to the objects whichever are present over there, and if those objects are able to control the things, if those objects are able to communicate by themselves, then and then only machine-to-machine communication will happen. घर में बैठे-बैठे it will be very good for me if in my kitchen it might happen that two robots are present over there. If I give certain instructions and they will prepare food for me, that will be very nice for me, and I'll get more time for my studies. So this kind of thing you can think about, but don't think that the robots will make your studies and they will give you papers and exams. Okay. Now wireless robotics. Wireless robotics, जैसे मैंने आपको अभी बोला कि किचन में मेरे 2 robots हैं घर में, तो if I am giving certain instructions to them, they should operate in collaboration with each other. So one robot should be able to give instruction to other, and other should be able to sense those instructions and work accordingly. So this is nothing but wireless robotics. Then green ICT, information and communication technology. Whatever we are making use of nowadays is consuming lot of energy, and it is creating lot of pollution. जैसे मैंने आप लोगों को बोल दिया है कि almost every person in India, working person, has a 4-wheeler. आप लोग भी बाइक चलाते हो. Do you know that you are fueling your bike and it is creating pollution in the air, like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitric gases they are eliminating, and it is adding to pollution. Another pollution I would like to tell you people is that हमारे घर में e-waste बहुत सारा है. See, whenever we have started our mobile communication, I remember that तब से हम लोगों ने मोबाइल परचेस करना शुरू किया. हम लोग मोबाइल लेते हैं तो for 2-3 years almost we are making use of it, and after that we are getting fascinated about new version of mobile and we buy it, and पुराना वाला भी घर में रहता है, नया वाला भी हमारे घर में रहता है. The thing is that our home contains lot of such e-waste which are of not use for us, but we cannot destroy it. Tape recorders are there in our homes, उसके cassettes हैं, then तुम्हारे video players हैं, MP3 players are there, तुम्हारे पुराने televisions होंगे, radios होंगे, तुम्हारा पुराना ज़माने में क्या होता था, वॉकमैन होता था, मेरे घर में तो बहुत सारे, then तुम्हारा digital diary होता था, that kind of stuff, pagers होते थे, and these kind of devices, a simple mobile phone ही ले लो. हर किसी घर में 2-4 मोबाइल वैसे ही पड़े रहते हैं, और मेरा buying new फेंक भी नहीं सकते और उनको डिस्ट्रॉय भी नहीं कर सकते और उनको यूज भी नहीं कर सकते. So it is the time to think about while manufacturing the device itself. We should think about what at the end of life of these particular instrument. It should be getting properly destroyed. क्योंकि हर ह्यूमन में क्या होता है, हम बर्थ लेते हैं, देन यंग हो जाते हैं, we are doing certain jobs, and at the end of life we are getting dissolved into soil. You know. So this is the natural law, and we are going against the law. We are manufacturing such electronic devices which are not able to get destroyed. So that is going to create lot of e-waste over there. So this is nothing but comes under green ICT. Then nano-core architecture for 5G. Now 5G is coming to reality. What is nano-core? What is 5G? 5G is basically will be the convergence of all the advanced wireless networks which are present nowadays. What I mean is regular adapt network, wireless sensor networks, cognitive radio networks, and visible light communication. Everything will be converged into each other, and then your 5G is going to come into reality. That means मेरा vehicle का अगर कोई band है, वो spectrum band है, that I should make use of that band for my wireless communication also, if it is needed. So that kind of stuff should happen over there. So for that purpose, nano-core is coming into market, because nano-core is nothing but a very small core which can take care of multiple processing capabilities and parallel processing. See, nowadays whatever cell phone we are having, it contains only one processor. If multiple cell processors are present over there, then work will be parallelly distributed, and then sequential के बजाय parallel processing can give you higher data rates. So this is one important issue. Then security and privacy for wireless communication. If I am using wireless gadgets, electronic gadgets, and if they are not secure enough, if मोबाइल के ऊपर अगर मैं कोई बैंक का ट्रांजेक्शन करती हूँ, उसके ऊपर अगर हैक हो जाता है मेरा आईडी या पासवर्ड या whatever kind of stuff, या जो कोड लगता है वो IFSC या ट्रांजेक्शन वाला कोड, वो अगर लीक हो जाए तो what is the use of this wireless technology? So for that purpose, my privacy should be maintained over there, and the system should be secure for me. Then physical layer techniques. New techniques are coming in modulation and channel coding and then source coding and then different kind of issues like how to deal with your channels, bands and that kind of stuff. So there are many type of areas are present. So research में बहुत कुछ है करने के लिए. So ये तुमको सिर्फ glimpse I have given for your paper presentation. Like अगर कोई paper present करना चाहता है, लिखना चाहता है तो you can go for this, and then you can contact me also. Go to first slide. I have written my mail ID over there, and that's all from my side. If you have certain queries,